Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Volcanoids. I have been busy in the meantime and I have continued playing the game on another save file and I have been getting way better at the game and I have gathered some more knowledge about how everything works and what's the best strategy to go. We left off at 92% of the hardened drill, so that will be finished quite soon. A few things that I have learned in the meantime is that the automated gun turrets are basically not really viable. And I have added my logo to the game and it will now be presented at every part of the drill that offers this logo, especially on the back and above every door. Why are the gun turrets not viable, you might ask? Well, the gun turrets will just shoot at the position the enemy is at right now, at the moment they are shooting. But that means that every time an enemy is moving, the gun turrets will not hit a single shot. But since the drill is stationary and the enemies will shoot when they are moving, that means that they get off quite a lot of shots until the gun turrets are finally able to destroy all enemies, and that can be quite tiresome. I will now rearrange all of my drill because I want to improve the layout and finally get going with the game. I will also leave most of my current weapons inside the drill because most of them aren't really that helpful. We will now insert the new drill and then we will take a look outside how it looks. Ooh. I mean, it looks a bit better than the old one, but just wait until you see the tier 3 and tier 4 drills. They will look so much better. I can also scrap this drill ship core because in single player there's no real need to have multiple drills as you can only operate one. From what I have gathered up until now, the best strategy for me personally is to leave the drill underground and go explore on my own and basically do everything on my own because the gun turrets are just that unreliable. I will have to leave a few of the structure parts, the display medium and the controller custom outside. They will despawn because I cannot scrap them yet. That has not been implemented into the game yet. And we will put down a few lights because I think they look kind of nice. Another thing I have learned is that the grenades are by far one of the best weapons in the game as of right now. I hope they will make some changes to the shotgun and revolver and all of the other weapons that we will get to know quite soon. But as of right now, most of them are not that reliable. And since all of the resources are infinite, they will respawn after every volcanic eruption. That means that we have infinite resources and I can just spam the grenades. And they are just much more reliable and you get much more out of them than out of the revolver, for example. Since we have acquired the T2 drill, we will now continue on to the next section of the map. And there we will find something really interesting. One of the reasons that all of this volcanic eruption stuff happened on this island. And after we are done with that, we will finally find some crystals and then we will have to fight some more potent enemies than we had to do up until now. We are now stacked up with quite a lot of grenades and these will probably be enough for the next objective, but we still have a few more minutes left until the next volcanic eruption and there's no real need to continue on now. I will just continue producing a few more grenades and then I will head back down into the tunnels, and down here is a sandstone passage and that will be our next objective. Another thing I have learned is that you can basically ignore health because your armor will soak up most, if not all, of the damage that is incoming. Right, drill through this sandstone. We can now access all of these soft rocks that are these grey looking rocks and we can dig through them. Here is the first part of the landing zone, the Devil's Roar. And you can see quite a lot of magma and a huge cave. Just wait until the volcanic eruption has occurred. The volcano has erupted and we can already see the laser device that is on top of this lava lake. And once the volcanic eruption is done, maybe I am a bit too early, then that laser device will get back and you will get a look at the laser device for the first time. Oh, and there you can see the laser device in the background, and our drill is digging up. Alright, the timer is ticking. I will send the drill back down underground. That will mean it will for now just stay below this landing site and wait for further instructions. But we can call that drill to any other landing site. Now, there's a turret, but it's actually quite easy to just ignore that one. And it's already gone with just one grenade. You can already see how easy it is to progress here. We now have to destroy all of these modules to destroy the laser device. Now this one leg is down, but there are 3. Means there are 2 more to go. There's one defensive drill. It's still quite early, so I could rush, but there are already enemies. I could try to rush towards that leg, and I will do that because otherwise this part of the map will be filled with the robots quite soon. They will now just run after me, but if I'm fast enough, I can already destroy all of this, and then I can just head back and destroy all of them with my AoE attacks of the grenade. As you can obviously see, the grenade is quite strong. It kills most enemies with one hit, especially this early in the game. Later on in the game, there will be a few more enemies that need 2 grenades until they are done for. I will just circle around the other part of the map, and there are already even more robots. That is a bit concerning, but I'm way faster than they are if I'm sprinting. We are now at the 3rd landing site down here, and there are already some robots vanish to thin air like this guy had just... okay, I have no idea where that, where that cops just went, but I won. Now we destroyed that laser device, and the part of the laser just drops down into the lava and gone. That means we have now unlocked the next part of the game. I will show you quite soon. I will call my drill ship, and it will just surface. It tells you where it surfaces, Devil's Roar 2 obviously, and it will go there on its own, and you don't have to drive it. Hello, oh, there it is. My Uber has arrived. Now you can see that here is something new, a new sandstone passage to a next area, and that's also on the surface level. That means the whole next part of the map right up here has opened up to us, and we can now finally go explore it and exploit it. And there it is, titanium ore, and there is rock crystals. That is the cave of the Dark Labyrinth, but there's a T3 production rule, and we are not really suited for that at the moment. We will fight against these once we are ready, which will just take a few more minutes. You've seen the mines in the last video, and now we will take advantage of them even more than we did in the last video. I will surface at the Eastern Traverse. There is one, you can see it on the left hand side, so my memory was right, and on the right hand side. This means that this is the perfect spot between 2 of the mines. Looking at the map, we can see that this is an iron mine, and that's basically the best indicator that the iron resource will be the next big thing. And another thing to notice is that all of the resources inside the mines, even the parts inside the chests, respawn after every volcanic eruption. That means just by cycling through a few volcanic eruptions and looting all of the mines in every area, you can basically find all of the materials and resources that you need to progress. I have decided to skip the mine on the other part because that is the coal mine. I will now proceed towards the northern part of this area and loot the crystal mine that is sitting there, because we need a lot more crystals. We are now at the crystal mine. Is in the northern this area, as I had already told you. We will loot this one, and we have finally found the Cockpit Egg. This is an upgraded pickaxe, and we can use this now. This will loot every single mineral drop, as we had already seen those crystal ones, and loot all of it with just one hit. I just called the drill towards the molten lake because it's right next to me, but I think the time, that will be quite daring right now. I will just jump in and get down underground. I think it should be enough, although the drill is still quite slow. That will also increase with the next upgrades. I will now head back down on the tunnels 2 area, and then I will surface in the safe cave, and I think I got lucky and ended up right next to it, if my memory is correct. Yes, it actually is. There's the foxhole. And I mean, you can already see by the name that this has some resemblance to the little den. And this is the safe cave of this part of the map. We now have to wait until the next research is finished. And as you can already see, it takes a lot of time. We have now produced the next part of the technology tree. And as you can see, we can already produce way more upgrades. The next objective is the production module tier 2. We can also find a few more research station schematics, and I've already started researching the upgrade basic refinery to get the refinery T2 modules and more ideas on the scrap station and also the improved explosives. And these are not just explosives, there's also some more of the military technology in there that we will definitely need quite soon. And since we now have unlocked the explosives, you can already see that there are mortar grenades. Yes, this is one of my favorite weapons in the game, and you will soon learn why. And you can see there's an iron armor kit. This is an upgraded armor kit, and now there is an armor repair station, which works exactly like the healing device, just with armor, obviously. Ooh, you can see a T3 defensive drill. Let's take look at that one. And that one has a mortar turret, although I cannot see that yet. And you can see the upgraded drill with even more weird looking cogs and drills around the major drill. I have continued exploring, and at the northeastern part of this area is the next gateway, basically working as a gateway. And there's a granite passage, and we will need the T3 drill to dig through that part of stone. We are still lacking some more of the research T2 intel, and that means we will probably have to defeat one of the T2 research drills, but I think you guys will like what I will do with that. I have put down the first T2 production module, and as you can see, it now needs 2 spaces instead of just 1 module space. And I have now put down the refinery T2 module, which obviously also needs 2 slots, just as the T production module needs. And we can now finally process the titanium ore, and we can already take a look. Diamonds. Those are the next part of the resource chain after the crystals and the titanium ore. I have produced another drill ship segment, 2 storage modules tier 2. Which just follow the same basic principle as the power plant module tier 2. I have another refinery module tier 2, but we will need the next segment to install that one. We have also built the modified tracks and the armor repair station. We have installed the 3rd segment, and now you will see why I put down the door module back in the other segment, because as you can see, the 3rd segment will just insert between the 1st and the 2nd segment that we have crafted, and it is way bigger than the other 2 ones. Now we can finally produce the iron armor kit, the circular saw, the hand mortar, and ooh, the explosives. Just you wait until we try those. And we have also unlocked the hubs for production, refinery, research, and scrap. These are basically automated production stations where you can insert up to 6 items that will be produced up until a certain threshold of items are inside the storage of the drill. These are really handy for all the ammunition and explosives in the game. I looted the whole crystal mine for 33 more raw crystals and 5 finished crystals, and my drill is going to surface right now, as we can see back there. To get ahead of my crystal need, I will attack a T2 drill next. Just as I had left the burnt town landing site, there is a T2 research drill surfaced in the vicinity, but there's another landing site here right at the beach. And we will attack that one because it's not that heavily defended. There are some enemies, we will just hide from those because there is no... they have spotted me. There was no need to fight them. Maybe they will lose interest if... No, they will not. Just hunt them down with grenades. Now there is another SMG turret, and we have destroyed that one. And now you can see the glory of the explosives. We will change the detonation time to just 2 seconds. And as you can see, every single module inside this part of the drill just got. This went way better than I expected, and I have actually gotten way too many resources, and I have to drop a few of them right here, but we will pick them up right as my drill will surface exactly in front of me. We have survived the next eruption, and I will now head back onto the surface because, as you had already seen, my mortar and explosives strategy is just a walk in the park when it comes to looting enemy drills. I am still lacking a lot of iron. That's going to be a problem. I will loot the iron mine that is near my position quite soon, but I will destroy a few drills in the process because the production and refinery technology that we can loot from them is going to be scrapped into crystals. And we, as you had already seen, we will need a lot of crystals quite soon. I will keep my drill ship underground and will personally run around the area and basically work as a sort of commando or guerrilla type of fighter. Oh, there's a shotgun turret and a bit annoying, but the mortar just has a way larger range than the shotgun turret, so this one won't be a big of a problem. That one won't be a problem for longer. And there's another drill down. Was actually quite fast, but as you can see, this strategy works really fast. And here's the next drill. It's a T-search drill again, but this one will be guarded a bit more lightly than the last one. Now the SMG turret will be a bit annoying as long as it's operational, but as I had already told you, if you just keep moving, yeah, it won't hit you. This drill is destroyed as well, and if you want to, you can just take your time and loot every single chest and every part of the storage of the drill, but most of the time it's not really worth it because you won't find that many raw resources inside there, and those are the most important ones. I have enlisted one hub production to produce some grenades every time there's a shortage of these, because we will need a lot of them. I have now been able to craft the research module tier 2, and we can plonk down the first one right here. And for the next upgrade we need a 5 Intel production T3 and 15 diamonds. And I can hear robots. That means I will send my underground and ignore them for now, but I will proceed towards the iron mine. I have looted the iron mine and my drill is now back up at the eastern traverse. We will need to defeat a T3 drill ship that has the T3 drill on its nose. We have survived another eruption and we will now surface at the Living Flame 2, and we will be waiting for an enemy drill ship. There's a mortar turret on the left hand side from my direction, but I will just ignore that one, but it has already seen me. Now the patrol is on their way to me and I will use a grenade. I'm not using the hand mortar for close combat because the AoE and the damage of that one towards robots isn't that great. But we can just hide behind this rock and it will simply not attack us. We will now nuke the rest of the drill ship with the explosives and all of the enemies inside it, and then we can loot this one. Now the T3 drill is destroyed, and as you can see, it didn't take me that long. And there is already another drill in this cave. If I want to, I can loot that one as well, and I think I want to. Oh, there's the first robot coming up. I have shot the first mortar and now every enemy robot is running towards my position. The mortar turret is destroyed and there are even more of the enemies coming to attack part of the drill ship, although there's an enemy waiting for me with an SMG. And this drill ship is destroyed as well. Now I will loot all of it. As the T3 drill is going to be finished, I will wrap up this episode right here. In the next episode, I want to continue onwards and maybe we can even finish the game, or I mean the storyline of the game. I hope you all had a great time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and a comment for the algorithm. And I am being attacked, that means we will go back underground. This is... what a coincidence. Leave a like and a comment for the algorithm, and as always, stay safe out there.